Imagine this. One of the most famous people in the world walks into a small-town restaurant, ready to enjoy a quiet meal, but instead of being welcomed, he is turned away, denied service right at the door. What happens next isn't just surprising, it's something no one saw coming. This is the story of how Mr. Beast, the man who gives away millions, flipped the script on an embarrassing moment and left everyone speechless. You've probably heard of Mr. Beast. If you haven't, here's the quick rundown. He's not your average millionaire. This guy doesn't just spend money on fancy cars or mansions. No, he uses his wealth to change lives. From giving away houses to strangers to planting millions of trees, Mr. Beast has become a household name for generosity. But what happens when someone turns their back on him? That's exactly what went down at a little-known diner in North Carolina. Picture this. It was supposed to be a low-key day for Jimmy Donaldson, better known as Mr. Beast. He wasn't filming a video or hosting some massive giveaway. All he wanted was a cheeseburger and fries. But when he walked into that restaurant, things took an unexpected turn. The staff said they couldn't serve him. Yes, you heard that right. Denied service. Now most people would have walked out, maybe tweeted about it, and moved on. But Mr. Beast isn't like most people. What he did next shocked everyone. And I mean everyone. Why did this happen? And how did one awkward moment spiral into something so unforgettable? Stick around because trust me, you won't believe where this story goes. So picture the scene again. Mr. Beast walks into the diner, dressed casually, just another guy looking for a bite to eat. But as soon as he steps inside, the mood shifts. The hostess freezes, whispers something to the manager, and then comes back to tell him, "Sorry, we can't serve you here." At first, Jimmy thinks it's a joke, maybe their fans messing with him, but their faces say otherwise. They're serious. Now, if you've ever been denied service anywhere, you know how humiliating that feels. For most people, it would be enough to ruin their day. But Mr. Beast, he didn't react like most people. Instead of getting angry or walking away, he did what he always does. Turn a negative situation into something positive. Still, this wasn't going to end quietly. Word spread fast among the staff that the guy trying to grab lunch was none other than the Mr. Beast. Whispers filled the air. Some employees looked embarrassed, while others seemed defensive. One waitress even muttered loud enough for him to hear, "We don't need any trouble." Trouble, that word stuck with Jimmy. Trouble wasn't his style, at least not the kind they were thinking of. So instead of causing drama, he stepped outside and called his team. What happened next turned this tiny diner upside down. Within minutes, cars started pulling up outside. Trucks loaded with supplies rolled in. People began gathering around, wondering what was going on. Was Mr. Beast filming one of his videos, or was this something else entirely? Meanwhile, inside the diner, the staff was panicking. The manager tried to explain to customers why there were suddenly news vans parked outside. Social media blew up with rumors about what had happened. Some people defended the restaurant, saying celebrities shouldn't expect special treatment. Others sided with Mr. Beast, calling the staff rude and unprofessional. Online debates raged, hashtags trended, and before long the whole world was watching. But here's the thing, none of them knew the half of it yet. Because Mr. Beast wasn't done, not by a long shot. What could he possibly be planning? And why did this small-town diner become ground zero for one of the biggest stunts of the year? As the crowd outside grew bigger, the staff inside the diner started to realize that this wasn't just a random act of kindness gone wrong. Something huge was about to happen. And then it did. Mr. Beast walked back into the restaurant, not alone, but surrounded by cameras, reporters, and his crew. The room fell silent. Every eye was on him. For a moment, no one spoke. Then Jimmy broke the silence. "I came here today hoping for a burger," he said, his voice calm but firm. "But I got something else instead, a lesson about how people treat each other." He paused, letting his words sink in. "This place turned me away because they didn't want trouble. Well, guess what? Trouble is exactly what they're getting." And with that, he made an announcement that left everyone stunned. Instead of suing the restaurant, or publicly shaming them, MrBeast decided to do something completely unexpected. He announced that he would buy the diner, and not just any purchase either. He planned to turn it into a community hub where meals were free for anyone who needed them. No strings attached, no questions asked. The staff looked at each other in disbelief. Some cried. Others tried to apologize, realizing too late what they had done. But Jimmy didn't stop there. He called up local charities, food banks, and even nearby schools to partner with the diner. Within hours, volunteers showed up to help renovate the space. Painters worked alongside chefs, builders hammered away while kids from the neighborhood watched in awe. By sunset, the once ordinary diner had transformed into something extraordinary, a symbol of hope and generosity. But the surprises didn't end there. As the grand reopening approached, MrBeast revealed another twist. He invited the very people who had denied him service to stay on as employees, if they promised to serve every customer with respect, regardless of who they were. It was a bold move, one that forced those involved to confront their own biases and mistakes. Some accepted his offer, vowing to do better. Others quit, unable to handle the pressure. The climax of this story isn't just about revenge or redemption, it's about transformation. A single act of rejection became the catalyst for change, proving once again that MrBeast doesn't just give money, he gives second chances. Now you might think this is where the story ends, but trust me, the best part is still to come. The grand reopening of the diner was nothing short of magical. Hundreds of people lined up outside, eager to see what MrBeast had created. Families brought their kids. Local leaders gave speeches about kindness and community. Even strangers hugged each other as they shared meals together. It was a celebration, not just of food, but of humanity. But here's the thing, not everyone was happy about it. Some critics accused MrBeast of using the situation for publicity. Others argued that buying the diner wasn't the right solution. And deep down, even Jimmy wondered if he'd made the right call. After all, forgiving someone isn't always easy, especially when they've hurt you. But as he stood there watching families laugh and share stories over plates of free food, he knew one thing for sure. Sometimes the best revenge isn't revenge at all. It's proving that love and generosity can overcome hate and rejection. Still, there's one question left unanswered. What happened to the staff who turned him away? Did they learn from their mistake? Or did they walk away unchanged? And what about the diner itself? Will it continue to thrive as a beacon of hope, or will it fade back into obscurity once the cameras are gone? Here's the truth. Stories like this don't really have endings. They have beginnings. What started as a simple lunch turned into something far bigger than anyone could have imagined. And now it's your turn to decide. Is this a story about forgiveness, about second chances, or about how one person's actions can ripple through an entire community? Before you go, let me leave you with this. Imagine walking into a place where no matter who you are or where you come from, you're welcomed with open arms. That's the legacy MrBeast built in that little diner, and it's only the beginning. So what do you think should happen next? Let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next chapter in this incredible journey.